Okay. So we are discussing about the SAP work process. So I hope you guys are practicing, right? So yesterday you practiced about the jobs, message server, and the logon groups. So those things you are practicing, right? So any questions while doing the practicing and everything? So let me know. Okay. So D completed, V completed, E completed, B. So that B also we completed, message server also we completed. The next one is for the G for gateway work process. Okay, gateway, so work process. Okay, so what is the transaction code for the message server? So what is the use of the message server here? Anyone can provide? What is the use of the message server?
Sir, message server, it distributes the workload, right, to other
Available
application
application.
servers.
So it kind of, I will say in the simple term, load balancing. It will balance the load and distribute the load here. Message server will work based upon the logon groups here. So where can I go ahead and create the logon groups in the systems?
Is it SMLG?
Right, right. So in SMLG, we can go ahead and we can create the logon groups, right? We can go ahead and we can create the logon
Yes.
in the systems. Okay, so that is what we have to do it. So that we know, like I think you have practiced, I guess, right? So let me check. So who created the multiple logon groups in the systems? So if I go to the system here with the basis user, system and status, you see here. So not the system status, right? You have to go to the SMLG transaction code. Yeah, I think someone created already, right? Public, some India, so other groups they have created here. So based upon these groups, users will log into the systems here. So how to control means, how to control the logon pad means same. So global level we can maintain. IT team will stick the changes to the your this logon pad options. Why? Because they have the permissions. Why? Because they will log into the one remote desktop server. In the desktop server, everything will be controlled by the your organization IT team. So that same changes will be controlled by the your organization. They will do the rollout changes and everything here. If you maintain the configuration files like that, so if I change something, you will also get changed here. You will also get affected here. Everyone will get changed here. So this is why every organization they will maintain the one central launchpad, central XML file here, right? Central XML file for the SAP logon pad. We will change it here, right? So same way here also we created, we are doing this one, right? So logon groups and also then message server. That is what we discussed yesterday. So today we'll discuss about the gateway. So what is mean by gateway work process? The transaction code for the gateway work process is the SMGW, is the transaction code for the gateway work process. So what is the use of this work process? What it will do? Suppose dialog, it will update the all the dialogues and everything. It will take the user request and it will process the user request, right? Updating the user records, so that update work process will take care of that one, right? Send NQ work process is locking mechanism, right? Background is background jobs. So message server means, so it will perform the load balancing and everything, all the activity. So gateway means gateway. So normally, if I talk about the one example here, every home, maybe apartments or in the celebrity houses, every house in front of gate, you have the one gateway person, right? Security person. We will call it as the security person. That is called a gateway security person. Every in front of the gate, we have the gateway. So what that person will do? What is that security person will do in front of the house? What is his roles and responsibilities?
Will restrict few people to allow into the apartments. Only selected people only will allow.
Right? So that is the only thing. Yes, yes, correct here. Here also, so when you are connecting to the SAP system, so this is the presentation layer, this is the application layer, and this is the so database layer. Now we are discussing about the presentation application layer. So the people will connect, multiple people will connect from multiple locations, multiple states. Even genuine persons will connect to the SAP systems, and also the hacker connection also will do the same connectivity here, hackers, right? So, but when you are connecting here, gateway work process will check whether you are the valid person or not. So gateway work process will check if you are the authorized person or not. If you are not authorized person, immediately the gateway work process will reject your connection. So reject your connection. So that type of activity will be do by gateway work process. Why? Because security also very important here, right? So protecting your data. Why? Because in SAP you will do the lot of transactions in SAP. The transactional data will store into the SAP level. So the protecting the data, not only releasing the product, the protecting the SAP systems also very important here. Protecting the SAP systems. So from unauthorized access, that is also very important here. So that is the reason here gateway work process, when you are logging to the SAP system, so it will gateway work process will check whether you are the valid connection or not. It will check here. You will go to the logged clients, it will check you are the valid person or not. It will check here. So you are the valid person, then only your connection will be allowed to the systems. If you are not valid connection, the connection will come like not okay. So means it will not allow, first of all, gateway, it will not allow you to come inside of the systems. That is the main thing here, right? So valid person means you should have the in the proper network. You should have the valid user ID and password. You should have enough IP details and everything. You should have these details. So that is the reason gateway work process will allow to log in inside of the system and everything. Otherwise, the gateway monitor will reject your connections. The gateway monitor will reject your connections inside of the systems here. So for every gateway, there is a limitation. So you can see the limitation is the 2000 connections here. The current connections are the 2000. So logged on clients are the 1000 connections. Remote gateway means remote systems can attend only so 1000. So which means if the limit is over, means currently as per the system limit, system will allow only 2000 connections. 2000 connections means 2000 users can log in at the same time in the systems. If the 2001 is coming, the gateway work process will tell to the security person will tell to, so already the house is occupied with the, means house means I'm relating to the outside topic. Already the server is overloaded with the other process. There is no limitations. Then your connection will be waiting status. Once in the out of the this 2000, any one of the person logged out, then you can log into the system. Why? Because the gateway limit is the 2000 only. We can, if you want to increase it, we can increase it. We can also change do the increase the we can increase it, right? We can also increase the this connection settings and everything. We can increase it to the higher level. The thing is, you need to check the capacity of the your system also. You need to check here, right? So that is the gateway work process. So gateway work process means it will allow the only valid connections. It will check and it will allow the only valid connections inside of the system. Only it will allow the valid connections inside of the systems. That is the gateway work process, right? Gateway work. That is the concept of the gateway work process here, right? So that is the concept of the gateway work process. Normally in outside of our security person also. So if you are the valid person, you have the valid proofs, then only it will, the person will allow you go to inside of the to meet that person, right? So if you are not valid person, then he will stop you in front of the gate itself. Same way here, the gateway work process also will do the same work here, right? He will do the in front of the house of the gate. So out of the gate here, this person, this gateway process, this guy in the system, he will perform the same responsibilities. He will perform it here, right? This is the work. That is the advantage of the gateway work process, right? So here gateway work process will do this type of connections. Here nothing we will do. Here we have to come to the here. We need to check how many connections are live. What is the status? What is the current? What is the maximum limitations? So is there any connections in the, so not okay. If it is the connections are not okay, then we need to select that connections, go to and delete it. We can delete that connection. Why? Because that connection is not required. So that it will be freed up. The connection will be free of. Then again, so that the connection will be free of and one more person can log in, right? So that is the thing here. It will happen it here. So that is the reason here the gateway connectivity, the gateway, all related things will be taken care by the system. Every person will log in through gateway only, right? Every person which are coming to your home, they will come from your gate only, right? You are in front of the front gate, they will come to your home. Same as like here, so any connection which is coming to the your SAP system or SAP SID, suppose dev, so development system, then so he will that record will be tracked here. That will be tracked in this gateway processing table here. So if any errors or anything, go to the gateway security here. So in the gateway, go to the SMGW here. There is a go to trace file here. Trace, open the trace here. You can review the trace, what is happening here. Open the trace, review what is happening here, right? So what is happening, any errors, any connection is rejecting, all these things, error messages we can find out from here, right? All these error messages we can find out from here. That is the gateway work process here. So the log files, gateway, what is doing, what connections are rejecting, all information will be tracked here, right? Same way here, here also it will be tracked, the gateway file, it will be tracked, all the information will be tracked here, right? So these are the RFC connections which are coming to your system, right? So like that, so here they have segregated logged on clients who are logged in from the client missions. So active connection details, parameters. So if you want to change the parameter, you can change the parameters also, you can change it. There is a separate concept for the parameter changes that we will discuss. This is the gateway work process. SMGW is the transaction code to monitor the all the connections which are okay or not okay. We will monitor it here. Okay. So any questions in the gateway work process?
Seems it's more related to security.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
We can discuss more. We can discuss more. There is a reginfo, secinfo files in the security also. We want to do more security. We want to do more security. So we can go to the SMGW. We can go for the SMGW, go to the expert functions, go to expert functions here, external security. So maintain the ACL files here, access control files here. So here,
Okay.
more security features. Suppose I want only, suppose you want to allow only who are having my invite card, my name in their photo. So they want to allow. That is what like we will do in the when you are going and meeting the celebrity houses, right? So you have the proper authentication methods, right? You have to show the one proof. Then the proof is signed by him. Then then only you are allowed to go and meet in the inside of the person, right? So here, what is here? That is also we can maintain here. So here, P space user star means all users are permitted here. All users are permitted which are in the same network, local host and TPO permission. No. I don't want to permit all the users. I want the username starts with the, so suppose like XYZ star. The users names who are there in the systems, there should be starts with the XYZ only. So suppose sometimes when the organization creating the accounts, your accounts should be like, so suppose like when the organization planning to create your user accounts, there is some separate naming conventions, right? Your laptop naming conventions. Suppose like, so LG 1234 or LG Ravi, so LG Rakesh, something like that. They will create some naming conventions, right? So means only, okay, by seeing this name, okay, this person is from the, so LG and Ravi, LG Rakesh, so that only this connection should be allowed to systems. Then in this case, we have to put like LG, something like that. User star means all users. I don't want the LG here. If you put the LG star here, so only it will allow the only LG star users here. Means the person who is having their ID, maybe their ID or their laptop ID should be LG, means that persons are allowed to log into the inside of the systems. So that you can put it out here. But this is not why, because the users log in from the many locations, right? The usernames are different here. Some people they will log in from the mobile, some people they will log in from the other devices, not only laptops, not only company provided laptops. Different ways, different procedures. They will log into your SAP systems and they will do all the work. So in that case, so normally few companies they won't touch this again for again file. They won't touch it out. They won't touch all this again for again file. They won't touch here. So few people they will carefully check it out. Why? Because the banking sector are like that. So they will carefully check it out. When you are working in the banking projects, you are not allowed to do login connect from any other devices or from work from home also. You have to definitely you have to go to the office and you have to log in with their provided desktops only, right? Maybe few people they have the experience. Why means security purpose. Security. Why? Because the banking data, banking servers. Banking servers means all our credit cards, debit cards, saving accounts, all the information will be stored in the SAP systems, right? So that anyone, if the hacker connection, if they hack it, if any person if hack it, so then it will enter the banking servers will be corrupted, right? The banking data, all our accounts will be gone. So that's why for banking sector systems, they will put more security. Why? Because it's our banking servers, finance server, banking servers. If someone hacks that servers, so again it will be gone. It is gone. Then we are in the risk. That's why we are the secure ODC. They will create it in the when you are working in the banking projects. So you secure ODC, then secure dedicated laptop. Then your phones are not allowed. So like that, many things will happen. I think you may have some experience on that one. Maybe you can ask your friends also who are working in the banking sector. Definitely they have to go to the office. Then phones are not allowed, laptops are not allowed, anything in the outside. You have to just go and you have to open the company provided laptops and you need to support it from there. Even Google, nothing is not allowed here in the banking sectors, right? So that is the so very strictly they will doing the working in the banking sectors, right? That is the banking sectors, right? So that is what more security. So if it's not banking sectors, then already your IT team will take care. Normally, when you are logging to the your computers systems and you are logging to the SAP, first you will log into the network right through MSTSC. Already here I have the router settings, my firewall settings. Already Windows level I have the firewall settings, network level security, everything I have. If you don't have that much of security, then I can put it the reason I can workable to put the security in the SAP side also. So I have the security, more security also available in the Windows level and security level. Then so we can here we can, but SAP will consider to put SAP level also. That's your call, your customer call to put the more security in the gateway side or not. That's your call. But because so here by default security functions it will take care of. If you want to put more security, we want to put the more security, only allowed IP address should be allowed here. So then you can put the more security here like this by changing the ACL files, gateway files, XSL files, we can change it here. That is the more security. Got it? Any questions from anyone here regarding the gateway work process?
Here you mentioned up to 2,000 people can log in, right? So
Right.
based on our what we
Yeah.
need, we can increase the number of users. You said right. So
Yeah.
is there any particular limit? Like means beyond the limit we can't add more people. Is there any particular limit?
No, limit is there is no limit. Here we have the limitation set already. By default, SAP will set the limitation, the standard values SAP set it out. You want to increase this limit. Suppose I want to 2,000 to 3,000. Then we can change it. This value we can change it. The changing the parameter value will come in our next class. So why? Because next means the next topic parameter and changes. We can change it here. So these are the parameters in the systems here currently configuration. So you have maximum connection 1,000. You want to change this one. So just go to the here. There is a transaction code. Copy this one. So there is a transaction code, right? So you want to change this connection to 1,000 to 2,000 to 4,000. or 1000 to 2000. Then select this one, just change it to the 2000 and save it. That will be changed. So there is no harm for changing the connection. Why? Because if you change the connection, more users will be logged in. But at the same time, you need to check so whether system resources also, how many dialogues are there, how many connections are there. System will be if we keep on changing it, system will be overloaded, right? So we have to SAP will provide the recommendations, but what value we have to change it. Based on that, we need to go for the target value. If this value that currently it is allowed only 2000. Now currently already in the system 2000 users are there. If you go to the 2001 user is logging to the your system from login pad, we will not allowed. Why? Because the limit is over. The house limit is over. The SAP is means house. The house limit is the 2000 persons already inside of the system. There is no person, there is no 2001 user. There is no space in the home to log in and to do. What we have to do? We have to extend our house, right? Or we have to ask any one of the users to log out. Why? Because users will log in and they will do the log out and login activities and they will do the transaction, they will go away. Same way here also, and every time not all the 2000 users will log in, right? So the first users will go log out status, then second users will log out, third users will log out, something like that he will work on. Same way here also. So we can restrict it. We can also increase it. Basically we can increase the limit. There is no limitation set. We can increase the limits also. Okay. So that is the gateway. Any questions from anyone? Gateway related? If nothing, then we can check the last work process, that is called the school work process. So shall I discuss or will you guys practice till now whatever I discussed? Or you need any clarity on the previous work process? Why? Because this is the last work process, which means it's not the last class. Even 10% also we are not completed. We are going very slowly. So are you okay to discuss the new work process, or will you continue? Will you practice it? What is your opinion?
Sir, it's okay.
It's okay to practice or it's okay to continue?
It's okay to continue, sir.
Okay.
Shahzad is asking for once again. Repeat it once again.
Which one? Once again, we'll practice. We'll practice. Can you explain the message? What is the message server, right? Okay. So I will repeat it all once again. All the work process, I will repeat it again. Okay. Just carefully listen. All the work process, I will repeat it here. We will utilize this time. So, okay. So we are discussing about the work process, right? This is the work process formula DVEBMGS. Like that I will remember, and you can also remember, and every trainer will go for this one only. So dialogue means dialogue work process. So dialogue work process will take the user request and will process the user request. So means taking user request means when you are logging to the SAP system, so just click on the SAP system. Then here you are getting the SAP screen because of the you have the free background work process, free dialogue work process are there here. Free dialogues are there here. That is the reason you are able to log into the SAP systems here. You are able to log into the SAP system. So here dialogue work process will take care of the user login procedures and everything here. So that's why all work process related information status we can check in the SM50, SM66. SM50 is for the local work process overview, which means status we can check it out, the work process status. Or how can we check whether the work process is taking care of my work or not? So there is a status, right? So we also have the status. If you are the available status, you can pick the any other calls. If you are already in the other call, how can you pick up the other call? You are already in the meetings. You are in the meeting status. You are already a free means available status. You are in the presenting mode. Right? So that's why. So the status of the we are having many status, right? You are in the cool mode, serious mode, made like that. Your phone also having some status and everything, right? Same as like here also. the work process, all the work process has some status here. So what is that status here? Wait, so running, sleep, so stop, so error, right? Then hold and private mode. So the work processor free means it should be free. Free means waiting for the pick up the user request. Sir, how can I know my work process, my dialog work processor free or not? If the status is waiting, then all work processor free. Running means something is running. One user is logged into the SAP system. He is doing the practice. If you go to the SM50, you will see the who is that user, is running status. Then high priority, who is that user? Then 0001 client, so 001 client, and the basis user is logged into the SAP system. He is doing the work in the system. That's why one work process is running status. Then remaining all are waiting. Waiting means it's a free. Waiting means waiting for to pick up the user request, to take the user request. It's a free. So that is what we can see in the SM50 and SM66 transaction codes here. 650 is for the local one application server, we can see. SM66 is for the global. We can see all the instances 02020202, then 060606. So if you go to SM50, you will see only one application server work process status, right? One application server work process, the 10 work process status we can see here. If we go to SM66, in the development, we have the 2 application servers, right? All the application servers related information we can see from here in the SM66. In SM66, we can see the all the work process related information, right? This is the SM66 here. You can see 66. That is the difference. Previously, we did not get chance to check in the SM66. Why? Because we don't have the multiple application servers. Now we have the multiple application servers. You can see SM. So here you can see the all the information here, right? This is the SM50, SM66 here, the difference. Then next one we discussed is the update. In the dialog mode, user will do the transactions, right? In the dialog mode, user will do the transaction. Then once user done it, will the same work process will go and update in the table level? No. Here, the update work process will update the user records, the update records into the table level. So here, SM13, SM14 are the transaction codes for the updates here. So here, SM13, here we can check the are there any field updates. SM14 update is active or not, we can check it here. So here you can check the any field update records or not. So if you do remember, we have the one update record got stuck in the error here, which is today. I think today only the update got stuck here. So this is for the failed status. What is that? So I think it's the duplicate error. Why? Because already 2 documents with the same name written. Here you can check this update was cancelled here, right? So the interval is missing. Some interval is missing. This is one. So something is happened in the system. So this is the way we need to check the failed updates and everything. So if you want to repeat, you can just repeat the update work process, then that will be gone. Even though that is not moving further means, so it's already updated. So this is the duplicate records. We can kill it. We can cancel it, that one. Okay. This is the updates, right? Updating the user records. Why? Because here one person will not do all the work here. One person will do only his responsibility. Why? Because manager will do manager responsibility, consultant will do the consultant responsibility, right? Not all the responsibilities. So that is what here. The next one, NQ, right? SM12, the locking mechanism that we know, it will lock the all the transactions and everything. Whoever log into the system, who are editing, your transaction will be locked in the secure manner so that other users cannot disturb your work. So you can carry out your transactions and everything. That is the locking mechanism here. Then, so background work process, B. B means background. So background jobs we will execute it here. So suppose the users normally, if you want to work in the system, if you want to run the programs, if you want to everything, it can be automated. Nowadays, automation is the very important, right? So, so if we run it, if you schedule one job, so here background work process will take care of the job scheduling. Job means set of actions will be performed. Suppose I'm logging to the system daily, I am taking the classes, or daily I'm uploading the videos into the YouTube, and I'm setting everything I'm doing. This is my day-to-day routine work. Why can't I automate this work? As soon as my video generated on my C drive, why should immediately should go to the YouTube and will upload it? Suppose I will schedule the one program, I will write the one program, I will schedule the one job, so that as soon as my class is completed at 8 o'clock, then 8:10, immediately my job will run. It will go and so upload the videos into the my YouTube channel, right? So in a secure manner. Why can't we do that one? Right? So every day you are doing some manual work, daily monitoring you are doing. Why can't you automate that one? So like that, we can do the some automation things we can see here. In this one, you need to write the code in the systems. Either why? Because here you need to define the some job steps. You have to define it. Means some code you have to define it here. Job step, that is called the job step here. Either the above program or external program or external commands. Next is the job step, job status. What are the status of the job? Status of the jobs.
Schedule, release,
Yes, scheduled, release,
finish,
ready, active,
ready,
finished,
cancel.
Finished and
So if the job is creating, you are creating the job, that is the scheduled status. So if you have released, means you have assigned the timelines, that is the ready released status. Then it will come to the active status. Then finished means job is finished successfully. Cancelled means job is cancelled due to some error. We'll see what is that error here. So sensor session error, some like the length is equal to 0, something like that. The assigned length for the program is 0. The length they have not defined, it's a program error. Then immediately you need to inform to the your developers. When you are executing the job, you are getting the error, then immediately you have to inform to the developer, this is the program, we are getting this error, so please fix this error. Like that we have to inform to them, right? So like that we have the many jobs are failing in the systems, many jobs are canceling, so there is a delay also. You see some delay also happening here. So this job is executed from, see here how many, this, see how much duration, 35,983 seconds it's executed, almost like hours. What you executed here? Okay, RS above program. Okay, there is a program we executed, but it got cancelled due to system shutdown, right? So you executed a lot of things. It's executed multiple hours. So, but there is a delay is happening here. Why there is a delay? Normally, let me check here. Let me check Monica job here. There is a delay, lot of delay is there here. If you open the Monica job here, normally it should start at 9 o'clock, right? 9 o'clock it should starts. But here, when it started evening, after evening 5 o'clock, it started 5:33. Why there is a delay? That is what you have to check for today. So why background jobs are getting delayed in the systems? Normally it should not come like this. Immediately when your really time comes, immediately it should pick up. My job got delayed here. Morning, suppose example, this is a normal jobs. In the real time, if it is occurring same, so you will be in the risk. The basis team will be in the risk. Why? Because you need to investigate it. Why? Because sometimes we may have to send the payments to the bank on time, or in time we have to send the payments. Morning 9 o'clock you have to send the payments, even though banking hours is closed evening 4 o'clock, even though 1 hour is left, then you send it, you have to pay the penalty to the banks, right? The banking rules, as per the banking rules, you have to pay the some penalties. And then here also you have to pay the some penalties, right? Same as like here also, if it is the banking sector systems, same jobs is running, if it is getting delayed, then it will impact the work as well. It will impact the wider, it will impact the business impact here. It should not get delayed here. Why the jobs are getting delayed here? You have to do the root cause for that one. Why the jobs are getting delayed? That is the first thing you have to investigate it for today. That is the work I am giving to you, everyone. You have to investigate why the background jobs are getting delayed here. Failed, we know the reason, we can see. But the delay, I want the reason. Okay, you can check it out later. Okay, that is the background work process. We can create the job in SM36. So some job name we can put it out. Go to the job step. Any program we can put here, right? Any program we can put here. Click on the save button. 3 types of job steps we have, and also startup conditions. You want to start immediately, daytime, after job, after event. Suppose I want to start the job after one job is running. I want to stop that job. I want to start this job. So this does not have any job here. Maybe I will put like, so currently the Monica job is running. I want to, so that is not exist then. Which job is running now currently? Suppose one job is running now. I want to run my job after that job is completed. After that job is completed, then I can put that dependency job here. Then if I click on the save button, okay, this job will run after that job completed. So here restrictions are there and periodic values are there. So you can do that one, right? If you save it, see here the job is released status. Then you have to go to the SM37. Then you have to check here why the jobs are getting. So my job is successfully completed or not. Here you can check in the systems. I think XYZ job is completed. So there is no delay. There is no delay. Only I think scheduled jobs we are getting the issues. Right. So there is no delay. Immediately within the fraction of 2 seconds duration, my job is successfully completed. Which means job completed means whatever the program output comes, that program will be output will come. Okay, that one. Right. So this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. But what about this one? Any user star? What about this one? Why this is taking longer time? So you need to check why it is means. I want to know
Because at that time, no background jobs, no background work process available, or some program takes too much time to fetch data, or some programs take too much time to execution. That's why.
Yeah, I agree that is the first priority we will come into the mind, but how to fix it then? So if you see here in SM50, so we have 6 background work process, 6 are free. When that time job is running, you need to check why there is what time all the jobs are scheduled, what is happening during that time. Maybe you can just watch it out once for today. You see what is happening here, so that we will come to know, right? So that is the background jobs. Just check it out. Do some R&D. That is right. Whatever you said, that is correct, perfectly correct. But you may check that we can fix that issue. Why? So the next one, the message server, right? Message server will perform the load balancing, log on load balancing related activities. Here the multiple application servers are there. So here the multiple application servers are there. 2 application servers are there in the development system, right? So he is the user. He is the user logging. Immediately here you have the ASCS instance. So message server, right? Then we have the 2 application servers. Then when you are connecting to the here, then immediately the message server will check. Okay, will work on this one. Yes. So these are about the message server. Message server means, so message server means it will take care of the load balancing related activities. Load balancing related activities here. So load balancing related activities here. So that load balancing means, so it will balance, means whenever the request is coming to the here, immediately the message server will route the request to the which is available work process which is having a less load. Like that, it will distribute the load to the available application servers. This way, your load will be adjusted in the between the 2 application servers. So if one is down, then you have the one more application server. It will assign the route to this one. So users will not face any issues here. So that is the advantage of having the multiple application server. Same as like here we have the dev, right? In the development we have the 2 application server number 2 and 6 we have instance number 606. So if the 2 is down, still users can log into the 6. 6 is down, still log into the 2. So all these things we can perform it here. All these things we can perform it here. But here this load balancing work based upon the logon groups which we will create it here, logon groups here. Here you can see the response time, how many users are logged into the system, all kind of things we can perform it here in the SMLG transaction code here. So how many application servers are there, what is the response time, users, all the information we can see in the SMLG. So the load balancing work based upon the logon groups here. And also in SMLG, we can check it out, how we can check it out so for each group from which this group is related to the, suppose like here we have mentioned the public India users. So all India users, they can navigate to this user and this one, this application server, and two application server, they can go and they can do the business. But my friend, China users are not much important. So they are the less users, then dedicated application server I am assigning to him. Okay. Why? Because the China users can log in to the here. So when I'm configuring to the China users, what I will do here in the group application servers, I can give only the group server name is called the China, so that the person, only China people can log into the here. In this way, we will come to know one track here, how many users are logging, what is their usage and everything. If required, we can just delete the group or delete the instance also, we can delete for them, so that they cannot log into the systems also. This way we can segregate the users, right? This way they can segregate the users here. That is the logon groups and message server. So logon groups and message server. And the one more, the new transaction codes which I talk about here. So SM04 is it's not work process related. It's related to the users, logged on users list here. So gateway also we discussed now. The next one is the spooled I will discuss with tomorrow. But in between we have the SM04. So it kind of logged on users list, right? Logged on users list. Here, if you open this transaction code here, SM04, you will see how many users are logged into your system here, what exactly they are doing in the systems. All the information will be tracked here. All the information will be tracked here. How much memory they are using it, at what time they logged into the system, what transaction code they are using it. All the information will be tracked here. This is called the SM04 here. So if you go to AL08, it's kind of all application servers logged on groups here. So all application servers, like here the hundreds of application servers, it kind of all users list, all users logged on list will be displayed here. This is the SM04 is the only one application server. In the 02 application server, how many users are logged in? Only 2 users are logged in. What about the 06 application server? Here also 2 users are logged in. So that information is tracked here, right? So this is the way. Total 4 users are logged into the systems, right? Here same way, right? 4 users. So 5 backend user. 2 sessions I opened here. 2 sessions I opened, right? That's why 2 sessions here. If you open the more sessions count will come here. Same as like SM50, SM66. SM50 is the local, SM66 is the all application server status. Here also SM04 is the local application server. So you are the only one application server, that status will be displayed here, right? So in the AL08 is for the all the application servers related information will be showed here. 02 application server and 06 application server status, how many users are logged in here. So 02 here 2 users, but 06 also 1 user is logged in. Then what is the 000 client, also 1 user is logged in, but that is the background job is running from the 000 client, right? So what is that job here? So there is some RFC TP, some DDIC user that is running here, right? So this is also RFC connections. So connecting. So like that, what applications, how much memory they are using, how they are logged into the system, whether the GUI, SAP logon GUI or RFC user or background user, what is the priority, how many sessions are opened, all information we can track it here. It's a very interesting information, this one, right? SM04, AL08. Okay. So you can practice up to here. Tomorrow I will discuss the spool printer administrations. Then we can go for the next topic also. Okay. So practice all for today maximum. So tomorrow we'll go with the new topic. Okay.